Eli, congratulations on the film. I'm very happy to get to chat with you today.
Thanks, Manny. Nice to talk.
Now, these are very beloved characters by the video game community in Borderlands. Tell me about your process and some of the tweaks in order to take them from the video game world now into the big screen.
You know, it's interesting when you're playing a video game, it's a very specific thing, and when you're making a movie, some of the things that are in the game don't always line up. Like you might have an idea for it. This actor is the perfect person for this, and it's Florian Munteanu looks exactly like Krieg in the game, and it's but that's because Florian came in, but it's also availability and do they want to do it? The first person I just said if I'm trying to match perfectly, it's never going to work. I have to be able to adapt. And the first person I went to was Kate Blanchett. You're talking about, the greatest actress in the world. And she said, yes. I said, I want to see you like a Clint Eastwood, badass, man with no name kind of character. And Kurt Russell, Snake Plissken. And she said, Escape from New York's my favorite movie. I said, okay, we're good. Ariana Greenblatt. I said, think of Natalie Portman in The Professional. She goes, The Professional is my favorite film. I'm like, all right, we're good. So, obviously Kevin Hart is different physically from Roland in the game, but Kevin has been training really, really training like with Navy SEALs to learn to fight. He's like, you got to get ready to be ready. And he's an incredible fighter, an amazing athlete. And so he's never got to show that side of himself in a movie before. So you could I was like, we're going to show you just killing hundreds of guys in one sequence. So that's like, okay, yeah, he's a soldier. You just prove it with the work. So all these actors were so committed and so dedicated. And then that becomes the reality of the movie. The movie is the movie, the game's the game. So you just have to separate the two at a certain point.
You really answered the point I wanted to talk to you about next is really finding that ensemble, that cast, because it's everything. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle that needs every piece needs to gel together. But it sounds like you started with Kate and went on. Any challenges in finding that group to make it all work?
Well, the challenge was that we were shooting in the pandemic, and normally when you have a cast, everyone gets together and you have dinner, you go out for drinks, you all have breakfast, you're all hanging out. So that bonding naturally happens. You're talking about scenes and ideas and you come up with a lot of stuff in the hanging out. Well, that couldn't happen because we were in Budapest in lockdown where no one's allowed in other people's hotels and you can't be outside after 8 o'clock and everyone's in masks. It was really, really challenging. But what happened was the world of the movie shooting Borderlands became our universe. So the bonding happened as we were in characters and everyone teasing each other and joking around. And it was, down in those tunnels, it was really, really amazing. And everybody wanted to fight. But, part of the challenge was we weren't making an 18 rated movie. I want a movie that if you have 9, 10, 11-year-old kids, they're going to go and love it and have it be their favorite film. This is for the kid in all of us. And it's got heart, it's got a message, but look, trust me, I tried to push the violence as far as I could. The ratings board said otherwise. We put in all kinds of green splats. I tried every trick I could to get more in there. But the film is something that I think that everyone's going to go. You take your kids, you turn off your brain, you grab a bucket of popcorn, and you just have a blast.
And at the end of the day, that's what video games are all about. Is really just to have a good amount of time of entertainment. So with that, I do want to ask you. We saw early on, kind of in the past, where video game movies didn't necessarily translate very, very well from the video games to the big screens. But as of late, a lot of them have been successful as far as TV shows and films, and now we have Borderlands. What do you think has changed as far as a filmmaker's perspective in bringing this medium to this different audience?
Well, I think that, people like to live in the world of the games and they want to continue. I think streaming has a lot to do with it. If you're on a streamer and you can do Fallout or you can do Last of Us, people can get huge budgets to live in it week after week, to go really deep into the characters. You have people like, Craig Mazin that are terrific writer directors that grew up on the games that are doing it, and the Nolan and Lisa Joy that are doing Fallout. So you have like people that beloved the franchises and streamers can really, really get deep into it. And I think that, it's sort of because the stigma is gone. Like people love, it's not, oh, it's a video game movie. People go, okay, it was a video game. But, part of it is with Borderlands, you're making a movie that if kids, if you're an 11-year-old kid, you've never played it because it's an 18 game, probably, likely. So you want to bring those people into the fold. You want them to go and see the movie on the big screen and love it. And then when they're a little bit older, go, yeah, I want to get into the games now.
Yeah, I thank you so much for your time as always. It's great to talk with you. It's great to be entertained by your films. If it's not a horror film like Thanksgiving, now it's a video game action film like Borderlands. So thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks so much.